William's jealousy of Harry hits headlines and front pages as Harry's upgraded US life goes viral. It's no longer a whisper behind palace walls or a subtle rumor floating across tabloids, it's front-page news. Prince William's jealousy of his younger brother Prince Harry is now a global spectacle, and the royal mask is slipping faster than anyone anticipated. The facade of royal composure has cracked, and what's spilling out is a toxic blend of envy, bitterness, and a hunger for the spotlight that William can no longer hide. As Harry continues to thrive in his new life across the Atlantic, gracing headlines not for scandal but for success, William is left grappling with a reality he clearly never saw coming. The media, royal watchers, and even palace insiders are laying it bare. William's green-eyed obsession with Harry's flourishing post-royal life is no longer speculation. It's fact, and it's ugly. Let's not pretend this started yesterday. The seeds of William's envy were sown years ago, well before Harry ever boarded a flight to California. William, the so-called future king, expected the royal spotlight to be his and his alone once he nudged Harry out. He and the firm played a dangerous game, pushing the Sussexes out under the delusion that they would fade into obscurity. Instead, what happened? Harry and Meghan catapulted into a new stratosphere of relevance and global influence, building a life that doesn't rely on tiaras, titles, or taxpayer money. And William? He's been left stewing in a role he never questioned, burdened by duty but now haunted by comparison. William's camp thought cutting Harry loose would extinguish his light, but instead it unleashed it. From the moment the Sussexes touched down in the United States, they've done nothing but rise. The Invictus Games, founded by Harry, has gained worldwide respect and is celebrated as a powerful force for veterans. The contrast couldn't be starker. While William clings to dull ceremonial engagements and the pretense of modernizing the monarchy, Harry is genuinely transforming lives. The public sees it, the press sees it, and most infuriatingly for William, he sees it. Robert Jobson, a royal insider, even revealed that William was left stunned by how successful Invictus became, a fact People magazine picked up and ran with. The Crown Prince, reduced to a jealous spectator, watching his spare brother build a legacy that matters. And the media isn't holding back either. It's all over the headlines. US Weekly didn't mince words when they plastered William's jealousy across their front page. Omid Scobie's explosive book, Finding Freedom, dissected the fragile ego at the heart of this brotherly feud, and Harry's own memoir, Spare, peeled back the palace curtains further, exposing the simmering resentment William has harbored for years. Even the United Kingdom's own Cambridge News, Daily Express, The Mirror, and Marie Claire have published stories detailing William's envy-fueled behavior, stories that would have once been buried to protect the future king's image. But not anymore. The truth is bleeding out. And let's talk about how petty this jealousy has become. In December 2024, headlines swirled about William being jealous of, wait for it, Harry's beard. That's right. The future King of England reportedly threw a fit over facial hair, upset that Harry was allowed to keep his while he, ever the slave to royal protocol, could not. How fragile must one's ego be to feel threatened by a beard? But it doesn't end there. William is also reportedly bitter over the fact that Harry has what he never will: privacy. After playing a central role in pushing the Sussexes out, William now watches helplessly as Harry and Meghan live a peaceful private life with their children, something William can't offer his own family because he's tethered to the media machine he helped construct. Worse yet, he uses his children for PR photo ops, something Harry has refused to do. The difference in parenting choices is obvious, and the public is taking notice. And then there's love. That raw, undeniable connection Harry shares is in stark contrast to the cold, calculated image that William and Kate project. While Harry's relationship radiates authenticity and mutual respect, William's marriage, though tightly curated by palace PR, has often been described as strained, if not entirely performative. Rumors of infidelity have swirled, tension is often visible during public appearances, and the lack of genuine warmth between the two is hard to miss. William doesn't just envy Harry's success or his freedom, he envies his happiness. On social media, especially on X, formerly Twitter, users are just relentless in comparing Harry's upgraded life to what he left behind in the UK. Memes, tweets, and threads go viral pretty much every day, mocking William's obsession with his brother. One popular tweet simply put a photo of Harry's sprawling California estate next to an image of the modest Frogmore cottage and captioned it, "A blessing in disguise." Others, point out how Harry now wears well-fitted designer suits, enjoys beach runs with his dogs, and lives under a roof he paid for himself, not funded by the British taxpayer. That fact alone, honestly, drives William and the institution he represents into a bit of a panic. How dare Harry live independently? How dare he be happy? Let's be honest. The British establishment wanted Harry to fail. They wanted him humiliated, financially strained, begging to come back, and preferably alone. But what they got was the opposite. A man who built a multi-million-dollar brand, found real freedom, and raised a happy family on his own terms. The resentment in Kensington Palace must be absolutely suffocating. Every time Harry makes a philanthropic appearance, drops a new project, or is photographed genuinely smiling, it's another dagger to William's ego. Meanwhile, William is left to polish medals he didn't earn, wave from motorcades he doesn't pay for, and pretend the monarchy still commands universal respect in a world that's, moved on. And it's not just about perception anymore, it's about reality. Harry and Meghan are part of conversations that actually matter. Mental health, social justice, gender equality, veteran rehabilitation, these aren't royal talking points for them, they're missions. Meanwhile, William is busy trying to find relevance in ribbon cuttings and repetitive speeches about modern monarchy that mean absolutely nothing to a generation that, honestly, sees through the charade. He's boxed in, a prisoner of protocol, and haunted by the fact that the brother he once viewed as a spare has become a global force on his own terms. And make no mistake, this isn't just about Harry. It's about everything he represents that William cannot be: free, independent, uncensored. Harry's departure exposed the rot within the royal system, and his success since then proves that the institution was never his lifeline. It was his cage. William, on the other hand, is still shackled to that outdated system, expected to embody tradition in a world that, honestly, demands change, and it's eating him alive. The irony is rich. William played a role in pushing Harry away, thinking it would consolidate his own power and popularity. But in doing so, he unknowingly created his greatest rival, not by blood, but by relevance. Every time Harry's name trends for something meaningful, William is reminded of the colossal miscalculation he made. He thought exile would be punishment. Instead, it became Harry's platform. A global stage built not on privilege, but on purpose. In the end, the headlines don't lie. William's jealousy is no longer a rumor. It's a defining characteristic of his public image. The world is watching, not just because the drama is entertaining, but because it reveals a deeper truth. Power means nothing without purpose. And for all the gold-plated titles and centuries-old traditions, William is left with little more than envy in his heart and shadows on his conscience. Meanwhile, Harry, the once overlooked spare, has become something far more powerful than a prince. He has become a man of his own making,